Good evening everyone and welcome to another tournament stream. It's been forever since I'm making actual videos, but you do see me back at least for streams. And today we're kicking it off with the autumn season. So this will be the first stream, technically the second tournament, or rather the second half of the first tournament, because why would we do things simple? Basically there's a 5-minute delay on this stream, so everything that you ask in the chat, if I reply to it, means you hear a reply 5 minutes later. So let's go here. This is my garage. Basically, I actually forgot to do this. Then you have a bit more game on your screen, but there we go. Basically, we're just waiting for the room invite, which should be up in a minute or so. So let's just have a quick look at where we are at right now. We are in the final stage. These are the clans that are there: Mercy, Kraken S, Souls, LC, Demo. We're first going to go to the room so that can't go wrong. I'll continue with the list in a moment. As you can see, we're starting with Zenith versus Corpy. That is the first match, but after that we will be following Legion. So we have Demo, LM, Phoenix, EG, NVE, Innovation, Nova, I don't know. Corpy, Legion, APA, Loka, Reti, Raid, Zenith, ASP, Immor, Veil and Win. Basically a lot of good clans here, and it's going to be pretty brutal because there's only one group in the EU server, which means that all of these clans are duking it out together, and well, we're just going to have fun with it really. Like I said, this is what we're going to, well, this is not where we're starting. We're starting with Zenith versus Corpy, but after that we get Legion, and as you can see they did pretty well yesterday, and we're just going to have to see how things are going today. It's going to be fun. So let's go back and let's go to the room. We are already up. There should be another stream here, but if, by the way, if you're from the EU server and you want rewards for watching, you have to watch through the portal. The portal link is a bit noob because it actually shows the summer tournament there, but if you scroll down, it shows future, current and past. And if you click current there, then you get to the stream on the portal. So that is basically where you need to go. Make sure that you are logged in if you're watching through the portal, because then you get rewards. And I think at the moment we get boosters and an avatar and a triple XP cert thing. So that's quite nice. Other than that, there's a bunch of streams happening tonight. Like I said, I'm streaming this followed by Legion, but if you want to see Veil versus Win followed by the matches of LC, you have to go to What Wants Helper. Every Good Name is Taking is streaming Phoenix versus Reti, followed by all the matches from EG, and Vickers is streaming LM versus Demo, and we'll follow Loka after that. RIP was supposed to be streaming, but apparently he's having some personal issues that he has to take care of, so I really hope that everything's okay on his side, and that means that you will not get raid matches tonight, unfortunately. So that is it with the general announcements of tonight. We are starting off on main runes by the looks of it, and actually I'm really looking forward to this. It's been a while. I can hardly play. I have been playing lately, but that's mainly because of the battle pass, and I can't concentrate to save my life, so I've actually been playing very, very little, so I haven't really been keeping tabs with the game itself. So I always enjoy doing the tournament thing again, because it's like it's exciting, and it's like I always feel that it's the game in its full potential, because if you have 7 players that are all working together, then you get such a cool dynamic, and that's basically what we see in the tournaments, because this is basically what could happen in randoms if all the people could listen to each other and would actually listen to each other instead of just calling each other names and all of that. So let's see, YouTube looking good, and in a minute and a half we're going to go into the first match on main rune. So let me grab that map real quick for you. This is what it looks like. You have 3 bases: base A considered heavy base, base C considered mat base, and base B in the middle. Generally we can see some very cheeky caps on base B, but overall there's either a lot of action around base A or around base C. In randoms, where I go very much depends on what kind of tank I'm driving, and yeah, we'll just have to see where these teams are going. So let's just make sure that there is no map on your screen for you, and then we get to see some action. We see Zenith has readied up in 2 AMX 50Bs, 2 IS-4s, 2 mice, and a T-22 medium. And they're going to go up against a VK, a Vickers, 2 IS-4s, an E6, an STB, and a 268. It's going to be interesting to see how the Vickers performs. I've heard some great talks about Loka taking 3 Vickers, and that it's really working for them. So I'm actually curious about that, because the second matchup from Legion would potentially be against Loka. So that's going to be interesting, definitely. And I'm actually looking very much forward to that. Loka at the moment one of the strongest teams there are, so will be interesting. At the same time, we have Thomas back in Legion. Thomas being the clan leader for ages and ages. And he's also the one that led Legion to global victory. So that's going to be fun. Let's see, 3 seconds, here we go. Into the first matchup of tonight. Dun 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 dun. Not really the most interesting map. I like this map in randoms, but in tournaments it's always a bit weird. Well then, okay. Let's see how they're going to go. How they're going to go about it. I can't really English. I apologize for any brain derps that I might have. By the way, my health is still completely awful, and that means that focusing and concentrating are things that are not coming easy to me. But yeah, here we go. We see that Zenith is mostly focusing on the base B side-ish and base A side-ish. Not really going for any of the bases. But then Zenith isn't doing that either. So this is actually quite interesting to see, because they're not... There we go. We have now the Vickers capping in all its glory at base C. KO is holding base B, firing some blind shots. Mouse gets spotted with the T-22 medium overlooking base. Oh, that was painful. Oh, poor guy. Lana, girl maybe, almost completely gone instantly. They're not going to be happy with that, because that basically means he can't peek out anymore. He has to be very careful. And if he peeks out, you see those guns are aimed at him. All they're waiting is for him to peek out just a little bit, and he can't do that, because then he's gone. But the thing is that Corpy has kept the base. Lana now wisely hightailing it out of there. So let's see. Swift Pro losing a tiny bit of HP. We have Biscuit going to take Lana's position. And we see Corpy just holding. They don't need to do anything. They have the base. They have a 150 point advantage right now. So there is more than enough of a difference. We have the AMXs heading towards base C, probably hoping to see the Vickers there. But there's no longer anyone there, and it will be interesting to see what they do there. Because if they are spotted there... Yoa losing a tiny bit of HP there, but for the rest they're all quite holding nicely. Base A being contested, not necessarily for the cap, but more for the positions. Basically it's still mid here. We have the AMXs now going into base C, and at that point Corpy will know what is going on. They don't know where all the tanks are though. It could be the T-22 medium that's capping. But it's the AMXs, and they have to be careful because they can clip a tank together. And the AMXs remain unspotted. There we go. One of them has been spotted. Yeetabix being seen. And now they're pulling back. But now Corpy knows that there are clippers there. But they do need to grab a base back. Not necessarily base C, because you don't really want to do that with clippers. Meme losing a little bit of HP there. And they're hightailing it out of there. But that basically leaves that basically leaves Corpy free to grab base C again. So that's a bit of a weird move there. Oh, Biscuit, sorry. We are missing a rush over here. I'm looking too much at base tactics. And there goes Biscuit. Base C is gone. And now they're grabbing base A, which is a wise move, because you don't really... You can just get away with capping and getting those bases and keeping those bases. Ili Vertanen needs to be careful now though. As does Peace and Love, they just need to hold. Meme getting hit a little bit, the Clippers are moving and they have to be careful. Swiss Pro is all on his own and that could be potentially dangerous to him. Especially with the STB. But we are watching the mice push. And the Clip is getting attacked. They are leaving the mice SDR. There goes Ili Vertanen. Clippers are moving in. Peace and Love is not going to survive this. One more reload and there he goes. Base A is being stolen. Yoa is in big trouble. E6 taking out the T22 medium. Base A has been taken. Yoa is not going to survive for much longer. There he goes. But Swiss Pro has also been taken out by the STB in the Vickers. The E6 taking out Yidibix. And now pulling back from the line of sight from those mice. And focusing on Meme. As he's still reloading, but he has to be careful. It is 4 versus 3 though. He could potentially have this. Corpy doing quite well in points. They just have to be careful. They have to try and survive. Oh, Tenacious Takakumi. There we go. Got these names. Vickers should not have done this. Kaio needs to be careful. They need to get out of there. Meme has been taken out. 950 points. If they just survive. If they just survive, they should have this. STB has to run away. Kaio, understanding that there's no way those mice are going to get to base C before the tool bells, the bell tools. And Corpy takes home the first match. Very nicely played by Corpy. A little bit less careful than they ought to be. But overall, doing very well. Brilliant first game of the evening. Game seems to be glitching a little bit in the graphics. As you can see, we had a mouse that was driving into the ground. And all of that. So let's see. 1 minute and a half left before we go into the game again. And we see Corpy now missing a player. That's not really a good thing. I hope they get a 7-1 back. Because that is the disadvantage that you really don't want. So let's see. 1 minute and 10 seconds before we go into the next match. We see some changes happening on the other side. E5's being taken out, 1 mouse has been gone, 1 AMX has been yeeted as well. That is if they're even taking those. Let's see. Someone's talking about... I'm not sure. I'm just looking at the chat right now. And yes, if you want something for watching, you need to actually look at the streamer through the portal. And then you get boosters and suits, and the rewards get better as you go along, so definitely worth it. 24 seconds, both teams are now ready, and we see Zenith ready in a Vickers. 2 IS4s, 2 E5s, the T22 medium and IS7. The mice are gone, and that is basically what made them lose, so that is understandable. And on Corpy we see an AMX 50B, a Vickers, an E5, an IS4, an E6, an STB and a 268. So let's see. Second match. Let's see if they can bring it home. And I do love actually seeing the E6. I'm not sure if it's that competitive a tank, but I have to admit that it's pretty much my favorite tank right now in the game. In tier 10 anyhow. Absolutely love driving it. So let's see what's going to happen now. Lana heading towards the middle. Zenith splitting it up a little bit. The E5 is using their mobility to get towards base C. He-Man in the middle. KO going for a cap. He-Man not having spotted anyone, but he was a bit too early. He's going to be spotting people now. But there's an E6, he's not alone. The E5s have been spotted. And Corpy has the base. They just need to be careful and keep it. Because again, you don't really need to do too much in a supremacy game. You can just survive. Let's see. So now we have a bit of a stalemate happening. The E5s are there. The Vickers can't really do much. He is being careful. I mean, it's a light, so you can get shot in the face very easily. E6 holding. This is a position that I would absolutely love to hold with my E6. Because it works really, really well. There we go. Nice little shot into the side of Biscuit. Another one by Peace and Love. And another one by Tenacious Takakumi. Vickers now taking a shot as he bails out. Base C has been abandoned. But they're not really capitulating on that just yet. So let's see. Biscuit holding. We have KO in the back. Heading towards base A potentially. Peace and Love not getting shot. But also getting some shots into. There you go. Base has been kept. Well done by the E5s. Base A now being stolen. Corpy still has the advantage, but it's going to be ticking away because even as they cap, they are losing points. Peace and Love losing more HP. He has to be careful. And he's now going into base B. Tenacious Takakumi literally falling down, but that is tricky because now they are basically in a barrel and can be shot like fish. They are capping the base. They need to cap that base. They do that, but they're going to lose a lot of HP here. Peace and Love almost gone. Lana has been taken out, but Peace and Love, there he goes. Tenacious, oof. Zenith pushing, but being absolutely brutally massacred almost. Let's see. Biscuit almost gone. There goes Biscuit. Base B is being stolen. Corpy has a big advantage here. But they're not out of the woods yet. Tenacious is almost gone. One more shot and he will have had it. But this game is rigged. Is also not. Oof, there they go. And it is 5 versus 4. And with a very unhealthy looking Vickers. This game is rigged. Is gone. Yoa getting tracked, not helping. Kaio getting some shots into Swiss Pro. Well, they're not really focus firing, and that is the tricky thing. Turpo now moving in, but it's probably going to be too late. Oof! The Vickers caught. And they really just need to survive. No idea how Half missed that shot. That was a weird one. But he's still alive and he can do some damage. He does do that, but then he dies. And let's see. We have Yidibix going after the STB. Let's see. And he really needs to survive. If they survive this, there you go. There you go. Nice match by Corpy. Pretty close. Again, not very carefully played, have to admit that. But overall, it was a pretty cool. Okay, thank you for that. We'll have a look what that was in a minute. Yes, thank you. Oh, that's what I got. This is the funniest thing. I get offers like this despite not playing a single game. But yeah. Oh, that's the bug again. Okay. So let's see, that was the first matchup of the evening. It is a little bit, how you call it? It was a bit of a chaotic match. Like, not too much was happening, but people were just taking too many chances. So let's see, what have we got? We have Legion next, of course. But what time do those matches start? In 50 minutes. That means that I can show you 1 or 2 replays. I'm actually going to show you a game that I had earlier today, which I had great joy in. I actually don't know. I think this one is first. It's one of those I shouldn't be alive games, but I had great fun. It's not an ace, I'll give you that. But it is funny. I needed kills for it too, so I was tuning with the blue steel. And he's of course the guy that used to be in R2K and used to be in Kana and I think a bunch of other competitive clans, but he is a very OP player. And I just had a lot of fun with it. The other guy, this is by the way for that guy. My mother used to have a miniature bull terrier and it's just, they have these weird egg faces and they're just so cute. But yeah, I like it when you can just make a comment like that in the beginning. Now, I'm not exactly known for being careful, so even though I drive a Leo, I'm pretty much like, no one seems to be here, let's just go in. But then we spot the mediums there, and I know that we kind of need to get this base quickly. Because I'm a Supremacy player. I have my game set to Supremacy only, because it is literally the only game mode that I really enjoy. And Counter I find incredibly tedious and boring. But I can manipulate the battle more in Supremacy. And that is why I absolutely love it. But that is what you will see here. Now, I derp this. I do hit him actually, but it just don't do any damage. So I decide that with all of them there and focusing on the guys behind C, I decide to just go and cap base B. This can be very dangerous and can lead to a lot of health points or even lives being lost. But at the same time, I do think that this is like our best chance. And with my moving, he actually misses me, which is very nice. So then I get a bit too like, I want this. I do damage, but I take way too many shots in return here. So this is not my most pro game when it comes to actually playing. And then again, I hit him, but I don't actually do damage. So it's pretty much a badly aimed shot. So and he is looking at me, I'm looking at him, and we do damage again to each other. But still, I'm bleeding hit points here, which is utterly useless. So let's see, now he is coming in, which is helpful, and I actually want to track him, but that's a nice double tap and we set him on fire, so that's all good. And of course, Blue Steel's in the T22, and he's a very OP player, which is helpful. Now I want to shoot this guy, I mean it's the Bull Terrier guy, but all the same, I'm actually derping a lot, I'm not really, I should have just switched to Premo. But now I see that there's 2 enemies coming up behind me, and I get missed. This is me being very, very lucky. I just need to get out of there, because I only have 42 hit points here. So with him there, I get away. I don't know how, but I live, and I run away. So at this stage, my team is here, and I kind of want to help them and see what happens. And I can't shoot the E75. I don't want to peek too much, because I know that Hori is just looking at me. We have 3 bases now. We have 1 gun disadvantage. The rest of the team is not looking all too healthy. So I decide to basically not be here. I decide to not do it like that because I want to avoid getting shot as I run away. But I understand with my 42 HP I'm not going to be able to do all that much in order to help my team before dying. So as they start dying, and I'm now the only one left, I literally just run away. Because this is the thing, this is what I mean with Supremacy, you can manipulate the battle more. In this case we have 2 bases, so there is a chance, with them only having now capped base C, that we might make it based on points. At the same time I have to be careful, because if they grab base A it's all over, so this is the point where I decide to stay. I have a bush and I have a rock, and I hope that that's enough. So I just stay here, but this is the thing. The enemy team will probably hate this game because of this. I love this game because of it. Because it's... because of that early camp advantage. Because of the way that we capped the bases earlier. I'm actually winning this game. And it's nuts. Because I should be dead 10 times over. But it works and it's just really funny. Like I said, it's not the best game. It's not an ace. But I find it funny. And I think that it's a Supremacy mindset. And that is why I love Supremacy. it just lets you manipulate the game like that. I mean, I only did 1k damage. I was utterly a noob, but I did get a gold pen off for this. Which was really, really funny. And look at Blue Steel being utterly awesome. I did get more than half the supremacy points though, so that's also something, I suppose. But it's just, it's a funny game. That's why I'm showing it mainly, because a lot of people do not have that, not necessarily the supremacy mindset, but more the supremacy awareness. Like, the team that we were up against should have just very easily been able to drive to base A and to just either murder me or cap the base and cap me from winning. But they didn't, they were probably just looking for me. So let's see, what else have I got for you? I've got so many games. I'm going to save some for later. Let's see. Let's go for this one. Let's see what it does. KV4 game. This is the thing, the replays no longer show what tanks they're in. So it's a little bit tricky. So let's see. KV4 was one of those tanks that some of my clanmates really hated this tank. I got along with it quite well. I think I aced it for the first game and I was stock, so that was funny. Also supremacy, to be fair. But yeah, it's a game, it's a tank, I don't really like it. I'm much more into fast tanks at the moment. But it can handle its own. So let's see. Takes forever to get anywhere. That pumpkin does look cute though. Let's see. Dun 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 dun. Not much happened. This is the downside of slow tanks. It takes forever for anything to happen. They were both pre-aimed, I like that. But the T-34 has the advantage, both with friends and with gun depression, so he has to be careful here. I mean, it is a KV4, he can potentially bounce a lot, but he has to wiggle, and he does more damage in turn. He is using his adrenaline, which I think is a good call, especially since T-34 isn't helping his teammate just yet, which is very helpful. So far the bounces are not really happening though. Let's see. There you go, that was a bounce, and that was a bounce as well, so it's only fair. Oh, poor guy. Let's see. And he's basically on his own still. He has lost a lot of HP to this ding. But no more, because there goes the ding. There you go, nice shot. And actually, I like this position, especially in Supremacy, because you also have a base to troll with. But overall, it is a pretty good position. You can get quite a bit done if you're a bit held down. He has to be careful of the 80. There you go, and that's the end of the T-34. Ravioli needing some help. Nameless. Peeking out. Now he's got himself stuck though. What are you doing? And there we go. Nameless is still there by the looks of it. And there we go, nice little bounce. That's technically not a coin stream, but it is a reward stream. That's the proper term for it, by the way. There we go. I think he was going for a res. Let's see. I wouldn't go down because it takes you forever to get back up. Oh, that sounds actually so bad. Let's see, can I get another shot in there? There we go, that's the tank gone. It's the Smasher, what did you expect? There we go. Now he's in a 2v1 situation. But he can potentially do this. Smasher being rude. Cheeto SPG missing is helpful. Let's see. I mean, we know where they are. But he has to be careful. I would be too aggressive for this, to be honest. And there we go, and here's a rock. Rocks are a guy's best friend. God, that Smasher. He obviously has no clue how to play. And there we go, nicely done. 4.6k damage, 5 kills, 1433 base XP, very nicely done. So let's see, do we have a room? No, not yet, that's not the room that we want. Let's see. The room should be up any moment now. They're up against Legion next. And what happened here? Let's see. Reti took it home from the Phoenix. With the ASP guys. Oh, they're starting up against EG. Okay. I want a room invite, please. Okay, thanks. Because this is always like... I'm never quite sure that things are working as intended. So let's see. I do love this though. The little drone thing. I mean, look at how cute that looks. It kind of reminds me of like... I'm a big Transformers nerd, you have to know that, but... it kind of reminds me of, whatchamacallit, Soundwave with the miniguns in the cassette things. But yeah. Here is Legion Kiwi. Stop complaining. So yeah. In 4 minutes and 40 seconds we get to go into our first match with Legion. So we're just going to have fun with that, because if you look at that lineup, I mean, I have no idea who Vanessa is, to be fair, but you have Object 3 and Angie and Juicy and Thomas and Whoopsie and Robert and Vanessa. But Thomas, like I said, he's the clan leader, or used to be the clan leader from Legion, and I think he still is in a way, maybe. He's more or less disappeared from the game for a while, but he's back and he's now leading the Legion team again. And he was the guy that originally led them to global domination, basically. So, yeah, he goes way back into the game and in Legion. So, going to be definitely interesting to see how they're going to fare, because he has been out for a while, but at the same time, Legion is so strong, and they've always had one of the strongest teams ever. And of course, there was a lot of drama earlier this week about the whole, well, last week actually, about the whole thing that Wargaming suddenly decided to enforce the server thing, that you have to play on a server that belongs with your server. Like, for instance, I'm Dutch, so I live in the Netherlands, which means that I technically can't play for North America, and I technically shouldn't be playing on that server. I do have an account there. I have an account on pretty much all servers, but yeah. But he suddenly heard that last year he heard that he couldn't go to an offline for his team, which sucked balls. And then last week, Wargaming dropped the bombshell and told him that he couldn't even play. So with a lot of complaining and a lot of arguments as to why this is really unfair. I mean, Whoops has been in the game and playing competitively for years. He joined the game in 2015. That was when this rule wasn't even a rule yet. So for me, it's still highly unfair for Wargame to suddenly enforce this. Yes, by all means enforce it, but let accounts that were made before the rule was first implemented be an exception. And Nick, Whoops, would definitely be one of those. Same thing, that if you want to make sure that people play for the server that they're supposed to be in, allow them to move servers, especially the accounts that have been around since before this rule was even a thing. So yeah, that is a thing, and for me it's not over. I mean, they're now allowing 2 exceptions. So basically 2 team members can be part of the team without living in a country that's supposedly belonging to the server that they're playing on. So that is why, well, in previous skill everyone can play, but it's more like for the later stages. So let's see. Less than 2 minutes to go now before we go into the second match of this evening. Legion versus Innovation. I'm just gonna call them that. It's probably easier than what their clan tag stands for, NVE. So let's see. We are starting it off on Black Goldfields. Let me grab that map real quick. It looks like this. You have 3 bases. Base A in the the upper side, basically a map base. You have base C, which is considered the heavy base, and base B in the middle. It can be a bit of a tricky map because at one point you kind of need to divide your team and send a place in at the other side. You kind of have to stick together all the same. So it will be interesting to see what they do. And it's definitely going to be cool to see Legion play again. And yes, of course, I am a bit biased. I didn't ask to stream them for nothing. But yeah, I mean, I call the games as I see it, but at the same time, I can be rooting for a team. So let's see. We have Legion readied up in a 2682 IS4s, 3 E5s, and a T22 medium. And they're going to go up against a VK, 3 E5s, and an IS4, and 2 T22 mediums. So somewhat different lineup, a bit more mobility on Legion's side, also a bigger gun on Legion's side. And will be fun to see what they do with it. 20 seconds left to go before we go into the first game of this matchup. It is only a best of 3, so the games are pretty short, but still. So let's see, here we go. Countdown clock has begun. And we are going into the game. Dun 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 dun. Let's see, so many E5s though. It's funny, it's just back in the day that used to be my best tank and my favorite tank, but that was when it still had a cupola. I liked it a lot better when it did. So let's see. Juicy heading more towards the middle. We have Whoops heading towards base A, probably not to cap, but just to see who's there. And all of Innovation seems to be focusing on the A side with a little bit straggling at the back, potentially to decamp base B should they need it. Juicy and NG in the middle, getting spotted already. Fire happening, but no, well, only, I have no idea. This is for that name though. So, I have no idea. Juicy taking a hit there as well. More lines of fire happening. Legion capping base C, and now we see that in response Innovation is heading towards base A. But this means that Legion will have a slight point advantage. Juicy not quite going into the base just yet. They basically just need to hold. Legion has the point advantage, if only half a tank worth of points. NG turning around. We have tanks at the back there. NG is going to be lining them up. And And then they can get some HP taken away, potentially. Maybe. Because we have E5 and T22 there. No damage has been... Oh, there you go. Gravity Shapey losing a bit of HP before he gets out of there. Angie doing his job as a spotter very well. But he does take a little bit of a hit for that. Juicy having taken a different position. And basically they are firing at the bush. They know that these two are there. It just didn't do any damage. Gravity Delta. Basically Angie just holding here. No damage being done to Angie now. And basically Legion is just holding. This is Legion as they used to be as well. They could just... Well, no, actually the first season they were all about rushing. They were basically playing the Russian tactics with just pushes and concentrated pushes, and it worked really well. But over time Legion has learned to play more second base, but they just need to hold it. And we have Platinum moving together with the Ice 4 with the unpronounceable nickname. Whoops, not taking any damage for that. And we have more of Innovation's tanks arriving. And basically we are nearing 700 points now. That is the point that something has to happen. We have Angie and Vanessa. Oof, Platinum. That was absolutely brutal. Oh, poor guy. Delta at the back, losing a lot of HP. Base B being taken. Object 3 taking some damage there. They are leaving base A. And now Innovation is capping all the bases. With Juicy arriving at the back. But basically they're grabbing A, they're grabbing B. Innovation does not have the manpower to hold all of this. Juicy in trouble. But there goes Free Vaben, and there's already 3 tanks gone. And there you go, Gravity Samurai doesn't even get another shot in. And there you go. And we are at 1k points and Legion has it. Very patiently played, and then when Innovation just they rolled with it and started taking out the tanks. That ammo rack though, that was so mean. Oh, poor guy. But that is beautiful. Beautiful game. I like the patient gameplay. I like that a lot better than the rushes. The rushes are fun, don't get me wrong. But it's just more tactical in a way. But it's just the patient. You can see basically people trying to read each other's minds, and I like that. So let's see. 1 minute 20 seconds before we go into the second match on Black Goldfield. The second match in this best of 3. And Innovation will have a tough job if they want to win from Legion. We see a bit of a tank change going on the other side. On both sides, to be fair. And Innovation seems to be getting ready in. Let's see. There we go. 2 E5s, an Ice 4, 3 113s, and a Vickers. That is a very mobile lineup, but it's also a very juicy lineup, and that can be tricky. Because when you have to focus fire that Legion generally has, that can be very brutal if you're driving a very lightly armored tank. And we see Legion readied up in a 268, 2 T22 mediums, 2 IS4s, and 2 E5s. So basically 1 more T22 medium and 1 IE5 less. So let's see, 10 seconds, here comes the countdown clock. And then we get to go into the second battle. Basically this is, I thoroughly enjoy this. I only just also dislike the waiting time in between the tournament matches. It would be nice if we could just like continue on straight away. Let's see. Here we go. And we see now that Innovation is heading towards Base Seaside. And Legion is splitting up. There's going to be some firefox at Base C, probably. But they are holding. I think they are suspecting people to cross over. Gravity has been spotted. So have the guys there at the back. Juicy immediately responding. Changing position, not staying where he was. Base C being taken. Whoopsie, flying. This is not a good thing, guys. Look at this. I can fly the camera, but there you go. Whoopsie should not be flying here. Base A now being kept. That was the weirdest game derp ever. Base A being kept. Let's see. OBS glitched a little bit there as well. Oof. Hoping that everything goes as intended. There will be a bit more delay there, but if it works, it works, and then it's fine. Internet would be nice if it actually worked, but there we go. OBS is back, so the stream will be glitching a little bit for you guys, but it will be back, I promise. So let's see. We see some cross lines of fire happening. Object 3 in the bush there, waiting for a target. But overall, this time it's Innovation that has the advantage, and it will be up to Legion to make a move. And I'll just wonder what that move is going to be, because it could potentially be a grab for Base B, but it will be risky. Juicy in a bit of a precarious position. The Vickers trying to get some shots in. Juicy has to be careful here. He takes a hit for that. And we have Vanessa going into Base B. And if they kept together, they might get away with it. And that will give them the advantage back. So that is definitely something that you'll want. There you go. Legion has the advantage now, and now it will be up to Innovation to do something about it. They are rotating on. Vanessa and Juicy are going to get behind Synoxis, and Legion is sensing someone on their own and immediately going for it. Thomas losing a lot of HP there though. But there goes Synoxis. Base B is being stolen. We are entering the brawl stage. Focus fire is a little bit leaving things to be desired. Platinum not looking too healthy. But there goes Robert. Thomas holding in his E5. But he's got a lot of guns around him. And that's gonna be very tricky. Vabon is gone first though, but there goes Thomas. And Legion has lost 2. Versus the 3. Almost 4. There you go. 880 points for Legion here. We have Gravity and Shapey and Samurai. Samurai pulling back, trying to get those shots in. But there he goes, he is taken out, and now we only have these 2 left. Whoopsie, just surviving, but they're at 1k points already, and Legion has it. It went at a bit of a chaotic brawl there. But that was interesting for sure. So that is the second matchup, and we see the second invitation that is going to be staying here for the rest of the game. honestly. And for the rest of the stream, I should say. Let's see. Reward-wise, you should have the avatar by now. And let's see. We've got plenty of time left, by the way. I mean, I think we still have at least an hour and a half left to stream. At the very, very least. So plenty of time to get rewards. I will definitely stream for at least the minimum amount of time needed to get the maximum amount of rewards. So if you started watching from the beginning on the portal, you will have all the rewards before I finish streaming. So let's see. When is our next match? At least the matches seem to be following each other relatively quickly. And like I said, we are following Legion, so I think that we're meeting Loka. So that's also going to be an interesting matchup. This is basically one of the Battles of the Titans. Loka being a very strong team this season. I mean, just look at that lineup. Not just stat-wise, but they're just... Well, of course stat-wise as well. But they're just really good players and have been around forever as well. Played a lot of tournaments and everything. So basically, these are 6 of the 8 teams that we have left. And let's see how EG is doing. They took out Serious Guys and now they're up against Souls. Raid, unfortunately unstreamed, but is going to had taken out Immo and is going up against Appa. And Veil, let's see. They took out Mercy. And they're going up against LC next. So basically, that is Wild One stream. And will be fun. Basically, one thing to remember though, by the way, which is really annoying. But, oh god, I forgot to actually watch the time. This is basically what I mean. I can't brain, honestly. I was going to look at this. 8:03, so that means about 15 minutes thereabouts. If the team that I follow get knocked out, I get knocked out this stream as well. So we have to root for Legion for all the more reason then. So let's see, what else have I got for you? Let's actually show you a Legion replay. Now, I know that Ollie Bolt, he told me that he's been naughty in this match. He actually was rude to someone. And I told him that I'm going to be telling him off on stream for that. And he was like, they're fine with that. So then, you know. But let's see. He is driving an OP tank. OP player in an OP tank is very, very OP. Let's see. No, also, by the way, for those watching the chat, Kiwi can spam whatever he wants. He's like Legion's main supporter. He's always been at my streams and he's always really nice and cheerful there. So he gets to spam my chat. So let's see. No one seems to be there. It's not Supremacy. That's also something to keep in mind. Because this is it. The thing is that I like Supremacy because it lets you just alter. That is just naughty. He knows better than this. He's been raised better than this. I've met his father. His father is lovely. He would not like it if Bolt used this language. But yeah. Let's see what he does. I think he just wants to go for it, like go effective YOLO. The only thing is that I do that all the time and I die for it, but he's like OP. Let's see. I hope he's not going to be pushing on his own. Nice bounces though. Cheeky bugger. Bapao. Bapao is actually a Chinese sandwich. But yeah, he really wants some support and his heavies are not really giving it. And he has to be careful because he can't peek out there too often. So let's see. Nice shot there though. Someone just drove through the base, so he has to be careful about that. He's taking a hit. Bounce there though, but he's taking another one. That's not really working out. But he has to be careful. He can't really go back too far. Oof. There we go. And there we go. Team is starting to move. And Vickers arriving at the back. That was just barely aimed. How did you even pan that, honestly? Oof. Waffle is not happy. Imagine that. He's not even the rudest one for calling his team retards. Cheeky. And that's good, they're now focusing on the E100. There we go. Now he can save his E100 maybe. Oof. Let's see. I mean, he is driving a T22, but all the same, Waffle is not happy. That is a good miss. Waffle is really not happy. Poor guy. He just has to especially keep the tester away from him. Nice little bounce there. SDI. Not the smartest. Oof, nice bounce. But where's the tester? There we go, that's one. Waffle is really not happy. He must not get late ever. What is he doing? Oh my god. No! Oh my god! Seriously? Ollie! I can't believe he did that. And he's going to prefer a shot from the STI to getting shot by the FE. Huh? No! Oh my god! Dude! That is insane. He's got pretty much no health left. And that's something in Russian, I have no idea what he's saying. Oof, let's see. Oh my god. And now he wants to get STI to die. First he wants the T22 to die, now the STI. He can't make up his mind, can he? Well done. Very well done. Oh my god. I like how the waffle just did a 180 there. Oh. And there we go. Very big ace. Oh my god. 8,579 damage. 1939 base XP. That is just insane. Very awesome. Wow. So that's definitely a game to remember. Let's see. The room will be up in about 4 minutes, so I'm not going to be showing you another replay. I do have a fun one for later on, though. But Ollie, honestly, that game was freaking awesome. So let's see. Just looking at these animations. That is so weird though. I do like the look of this tank. I haven't actually driven it yet. I mean, you can see it's not equipped in anything. But it does look really cool. And I like the little animations in the garage. And like it's like a little laser beak. And he just keeps flying around there, doesn't he? Yeah. I got the premium pass, of course, because it's me and I'm a gold noob, but yeah. I want to just have this tank. Not necessarily because I intend to drive it a lot. I mean, there's a lot of tanks in my garage that I don't drive a lot. But just basically because I want to collect stuff. I like pretty tanks, and this is my opinion. It's a pretty tank. Not necessarily color-wise, but it just looks rugged and cool. And of course it has the little minigun there, so that's the biggest reason that I want it. Oh, there we go. So let's see. Room invite not there yet. Basically now we're just waiting for the invite to come, which should be up in about 3 minutes, thereabouts. But yeah, what else can we talk about? We have the game, of course, and we have the whole drama. You have, of course, the Asian server drama. Tournament was actually postponed by a full day. I'm not actually sure how it went today, but I hope it went well. But Asian server is facing massive issues right now. There's a lot of lag, a lot of ping, but not just that. People have just been unable to log in for a very long time. And not just that, but they've also like literally lost progress. Like imagine if you've been playing Uprising for let's say 5 hours and you've amassed a whole bunch of XP and everything to grind, and then you log in the next day and it's all gone. That is not a good thing. It's nuts. But yeah, I'm really hoping that Wargaming will fix that properly, and they did promise to give compensation, and I think that they won't be able to cut it with just a few prem days. I hope they have something good in mind to basically thank all Asia players for their patience. So yeah, 1 minute thereabouts left to go before we go into the room for the next match. Technically I could have played a replay for you guys, but with things not being as stable as they should be, I'm being very, very careful with everything. So, let's see, what else can I talk about? I mean, I'm a woman, I do chatter a lot and everything, but just not much to talk about right now. Not much has happened yet in the tournament, because that's also a thing. Because later on in the tournament you have like, this happened then, and that happened then, and there's always drama, and there's plenty to talk about. But in this case, the only drama that we have, and I think that's a good thing though, is wargaming drama. Not that the drama is a good thing, but more like there's not yet any drama between clans. I mean, there is the whole thing where you have the ticket machine go brrr, even though there's no tickets necessarily. If you basically have 2 teams in a clan, then you have a much bigger chance of reaching that top 8, even though you're not necessarily top 8 team. But because you're doing it together, and that means that your clan has basically 2 chances to get cups, because the best result will count. But if your best team gets knocked out a little bit, your second team can still win the cups that you need to get to the top 8. So I still feel that that is unfair. And a 1 team per clan would actually work better that way. At least it would mean that there's no unfair advantage to having to get into the top 8 really. Let's see. Just going to take a sip of my drink. And that's the only thing. If you're streaming like this, you have to stream for like, what is it? 2.5 hours thereabouts before the stream is over. In total, that is. And then you get a very dry mouth. I always have like a cough drop in my mouth just to avoid getting a dry throat. And there we go. Saved by the tournament invite. And we should be meeting Vickers, I think, here. I think he's going to be there on the other side. because he is following Loka tonight. So that's going to be interesting. Unless something went wrong, because that happened earlier today as well. So let's see. 4 minutes, 20 seconds left to go before we go into the first match of this best of 3. And we are starting it off on Naval Frontier. It looks like this. We have 3 bases. Base A considered, well, technically considered actually the heavy base. Base B in the middle, and base C considered the mat base. I generally also always go to base A, regardless of what tank I drive, because I much prefer the positioning around there than anywhere else. But it will be interesting to see what happens, because, like I said, Loka is a very strong team this year round. And that'll be cool to see what they bring to the table. And there is Fugit. The downside of this matchup is that after this matchup, either Fugit is knocked out as streamer or I'm knocked out as streamer. So that is a bad thing, but there's no helping that, because at the moment, I'm not sure why, but Wargaming can't set us to brackets yet. They can only set us to a team. So if the team that we follow gets knocked out, so do we. So let's see. What else have we got? Just over 3 minutes left to go. Legion is not here yet, but they've still got plenty of time. And Robert Rosenberg is there, so they will appear before long, I'm sure. In the meantime, Kiwi is dissing Ollie. So let's see. Now we just basically wait, but we see that Loka is taking a lot of E5s. So that's going to be interesting as well. And the Vickers. And the Spaghettis. If they stick with the lineup that they have now, they have quite a bit of firepower. Because the Spaghetti 65s are, of course, auto reloaders. Which means that they can decide to clip people. And they go in with a full clip. So that can be very dangerous to any enemy that they meet. And of course the E5s have the speed boost. So that's a very mobile lineup. Oh boy. Apparently Wargaming is not saying that stuff is live. Oh, in-game I mean. But yeah. Less than 2 minutes left to go. Ah, level 2 training just said, I listened to Transformers 1985 soundtrack while playing World B. That is a man after my own heart. I don't listen to that soundtrack, but I do listen to the movie soundtracks. Steve Jablonski made those. I'm a big soundtrack fan, but I just love the music. It's perfect, especially Dark of the Moon. Also my favorite movie of the franchise, but definitely the soundtrack. If you want rewards, you have to watch through the portal. And make sure that you are logged in, and make sure that you have a EU account, of course, because EU streams give EU accounts awards and everything. So here we go. Legion is ready now with 2 IS-4s, 3 E5s and 2 T-22 mediums, and they're going to go up against that incredibly mobile lineup of a Vickers, 4 E5s and 2 Spaghettis. So that's definitely going to be interesting to see, honestly. Let's see, 50 seconds left to go. If, by the way, you want me to show replays of your games, be sure to submit them in the channel on my server. I give server rules manually, so please be patient and wait until after the stream. I will not be showing them on this stream anyhow, because I'm not opening Discord while streaming. But there will be plenty of streams left this season. So, 19 seconds left to go before we go into the first game of this very epic matchup. And we'll see what happens. Here we go, countdown clock has begun. And I can't wait to see what they do with this. I mean, seriously, this lineup from Loka, that very mobile lineup, not necessarily all the time, but the speed boost and the sandbags that the E5s have, they can make such a difference. I'm very curious to see how this will go. Also, because these are both top 8 teams. I pretty much know that about that we will see both of them there. So that's just gonna be epic. So let's see. Here we go. Legion splitting up. Thomas going into the middle. E5s and IS4 and T22. Basically taking holding positions early on. We see blind shots happening. But no one is there yet. Angie only just arriving there. Spaghettis are ready. Survivor getting spotted. Taking a hit immediately. And another one. And another one. Nobody without me is like, yeah, nope. He is taking a blind shot. Well, not a blind shot. He is taking a shot at Juicy. And basically Survivor is in a bit of a pickle now. He lost half his health there. Base C is being taken. Juicy in an excellent troll position. Survivor can't get out of there. They don't know exactly where the rest of the Legion team is. Thomas taking a little bit of HP damage there. As does nobody without me. But Legion has an advantage now. Oof, Juicy. Getting hit. As he crosses over. And another one. Survivor basically now the sacrificial lamb. No party without me pulling back. Survivor still surviving, if barely. But Legion is playing it quite aggressively. Vanessa's still alive. Thomas is going to not survive for long. No party without me not looking too healthy either. There goes Survivor. Base A has not been capped. Angie crossing over. No party without me. Being severely focused. And taken out. Base A being taken now. Or not quite. They're trying to save their own Eggy, sorry. Not looking too healthy. He's not going to survive his. Base B being bypassed. Both teams have lost 2 players now. Base C is being stolen. Vanessa is taking base A. Legion has a massive point advantage, but they need to keep the players alive. And that's going to be the tricky thing. Vanessa going together. Oof. Eggy. Angie and Whoopsie going against way too many tanks here. Whoopsie is not going to survive this. Loka playing this expertly. Legion not careful enough. Vanessa taking a lot of HP there. DF almost gone, but Juicy's not looking healthy either. Juicy does take him out though. And now he has to survive. Ariana Grande taking out Juicy. It is 3 versus 4. Angie not looking too healthy. Vanessa also leaving some health, having some health issues. There goes Ariana. There goes Angie. Legion still has the advantage. But they have to be careful. Vanessa has to take him out, but there goes Vanessa. Oof. And the first match is definitely for Loka with only Object 3 left. Legion just a little bit too split up. It was relatively close. I mean, he's not going to survive this. I mean, look at the health that Loka still has. And there he goes. The first match is for Loka. So let's see. Nice damage by Unisex there. Overall, it seemed a relatively close game. Just over 4 minutes long as well. But this is what I mean. These teams are both so good. This was Legion just not being careful enough. And their push just didn't work out. So let's see. 1 minute and a half left to go. Before we go into the second match, potentially the last match, and then I will be, I don't know, basically filling the time to see if we can get some replays in, or maybe just play. I mean, I can't play PC to save my life, but I might just hook up my iPad then and play that. sets, then you at least have some games. But I'm just going to hope that Legion pulls through. I mean, it is Legion after all, and if they play a little bit more careful, they could have this in the bag. But like I said, these teams are both so strong, it can be anyone's game. And we see that Legion has readied up in 2 IS-4s, 3 E5s, 2 T22 mediums. And on the other side we see a totally different lineup appearing. With an E3, 3 T22 mediums, 2 IS-4s and an E5. Especially that E3, that's going to be interesting to see what they do with that. Very nicely done. I'm very curious to see what's going to happen with this. I like just seeing this, just the lineups and everything, and just, I mean, I can't predict where they're gonna go because, like, it's a team game. They can go anywhere they want. But yeah, here we go into the second match of this best of 3. Dun 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 dun. Let's see what's going to happen. Here we go. Legion again splitting up, but not quite as much as before. Focusing more on the other sides now. Not sure what PC is doing. Thomas getting spotted very early on here. Probably by Unisex there. He's heading towards space C again. He might get shot by the Anagrande there though. But no, he seems to be making it in one piece. Eggy there. Whoops appearing. Shots happening. Let's see. Thomas capping. Getting Legion that advantage. DF now moving into base B though. That could give Loka the advantage that they want and need. And that's going to make it very difficult for Legion to grab it back. Object 3 has been spotted. And there's not much Legion can do about this. Loka now having a base advantage. Angie getting shot at but bouncing. And they know that there are campers there. They know that that is where the E3 will be. Loka rotating. Angie having to be careful there. DF having been spotted at the back. But they can't afford to let Loka keep this advantage for long. They have to move in, they have to make a move, they have to cap. Let's see. Base A is protected. Base B not so much, but Legion does not know that. At this stage it's a little bit stalemate here. Survivor crossing over, taking a bit of a hit there. But they kind of have to make a move. Loka is getting too far ahead now. Thomas having been spotted, he pulls back. But now he's going for it. Legion kind of has to. They can't afford not to. Juicy losing a lot of HP. Legion not pushing but occupying. Thomas being Survivor, potentially getting decapped there. Yes, he does. Thomas on his own. But Thomas now getting... There you go. Gets the snack, has been taken out. Legion pushing. But they have to push fast. Because there's not all that much time left. No party without me. Almost gone. There goes the F. There goes no party without me. Loka losing a lot of HP and teammates here. Legion still having 7 guns, but there goes Thomas. Base A being stolen. But they kind of have to. Because they need that base. They need to keep Loka from getting the advantage and keeping the advantage. There goes Edgar. And now there's only 2 Loka players left. He does take out Eggy. Vanessa not looking too healthy either. But Unisex is going to be gone soon. And there he goes. And now only survivor, the last survivor of Loka and Legion, with a coordinated, seemingly chaotic, but working very nicely, push. Taking it home with 5 teammates left alive. That is absolutely beautiful game. And now we get a tiebreaker. This is actually, I love matchups like this. It's awesome. Let's see. 1.5 minutes left to go. And then we see the last match of this matchup on Dynasty Sprawl. So that's going to be highly interesting. And I'm very curious to see what's going to happen here, because this is going to be tricky for both teams. And like I said, after this, as streamers, either Fugit or me are going to be knocked out of the tournament, that is. I mean, I'll definitely still stream because I have the reward stream and everything, but still. Dun 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 dun. Exciting. 1 minute left to go. And we see Legion has readied up in 3 E5s, 2 T22 mediums and 2 IS4s. And they're going to go up against, let's see, lots and lots of E5s by the looks of it. Oh, now we see one mouse appearing on the other side instead of an IS4. That can be tricky though. And we see that Loka is going with 5 E5s, an STB and an IS4. Oof. That's going to be very, very tricky. And that mouse might be a risk for Legion because he lack the mobility. I mean, it is Dynasty Sprawl, it is a very small map, but still. 10 seconds left to go before we go into the tiebreaker of this match. I'm not sure about you guys, but I'm excited about this. And here we go. Let's see. Dun 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 dun. Ah, slightly different. 3 E5s, IS4, 2 IS4s, STB, T22 and 3 E5s on Loka's side. And let's see what they're gonna do with that. They were changing their lineups a lot at the end. Let's see. Angie crossing in before, heading towards base B or A. Whoopsie heading towards base C. Not necessary to keep it. No, he's going to go for a spotting position. And spotting them he does. He is spotted in at the same time. But they know that Loka is going to be strong on this side now. With 4 players already spotted. Whoopsie getting out of there. Thomas going into his position. Object 3 moving into position. Unisex. Loka potentially going for a great big push straight off. Oh my god. Legion responding. The mouse not there yet. He is still working his way around. Object 3 needs to go back quickly. Oof. Edgar losing a lot of HP. We're entering a very early brawl stage. And it will be all about the focus fire. And basically we see HP dropping left and right. STB and NG duking it out together. NG has to be careful. But NG has help as well. Vanessa getting shot in the back. NG has been taken out. That's the first gun gone. We see Edgar having a very hard time here. Edgar having been taken out. Trap Melon. Getting tracked, getting some bounces. There goes Vanessa. Trap Melon still alive, if barely. There he goes. Both teams have lost 2 players now. Whoopsie not looking too healthy. Has to survive somehow. Passing through. Object 3 not looking healthy either. Juicy in trouble. Unisex. Whoops, still alive. Just don't ask how. Oh my god. Eggy not looking too healthy either. There goes Unisex. It is 5 versus 4, but HP wise Loka has a big advantage here. Nearly 4k HP advantage. Oof, there goes Oopsie, there goes Snack. But Eggy, not looking too healthy either. Thomas arriving at the back. Juicy, getting literally cornered here. Thomas not looking too healthy either. The Phoenix losing HP. Eggy taking a very precarious shot there. There goes Thomas. There goes the Phoenix. Juicy not going to survive the next reload. There he goes. It is 2 versus 2. And now only Object 3 is left, and that means that Legion is going to be knocked out. And there we go. Loka taking the win here in a very aggressive brawl. I'm not sure about the game glitch thing, but I'm going to suppose that that is the game freezing like it did for me for a few seconds. It's very annoying. And that goes to show that the EU servers are not that stable either. But there we go. Loka going through to the next stage, and we are not. All the same though, it's been fun to watch them play. And like I said, Loka is so strong right now. It's insane. And you can see that. I mean, like right now, the team is, of course they're taking it seriously, but they're not like taking it that seriously. Because at this stage, there's not all that much riding on it yet. It's the first, well, not ticketed, but it's first, second stage tournament, let's put it that way. And you have the cups and everything. So it's fairly certain that as long as you get to the second and in the top 8 every single time, you will be in the top 8. So in that way, Legion has a top 8 not cookie, what you call it, cups score here. So they are good to go. They just need to keep doing this. Kiwi being all enthusiastic in the chat. So yeah, that means that I unfortunately no longer have any tournament matches for you. And that means that I will be entertaining you. Let's see how long we have left to go. I think we've got like an hour or so left to go. Oh my god. In that case, I think I'm going to I'm going to try and actually no, I can't play because I'm looking at the portal. I can't play PC to save my life. I actually have no idea what I'm doing then, but we can give that a go. Just don't laugh too much at my noobism. Actually, no, I'll start with some replays. Because I did say I had another one for you that was just funny. I'm first going to show you a proper replay, actually. Considering I saw Marcel in the chat, it's only fit that I show a Marcel replay. In the Vickers. So let's see. Let's see what happens here. I think it's one of those tanks I really enjoyed it. I actually free XP'd most of the line. Just to get the tank. I'm a big gold noob that way, to be honest. I'm too lazy to grind. I don't like grinding. I just like playing. And I like to play whatever I'm in the mood for. So in that regard, I just kind of want to have tanks. So let's see. Not sure what the T-54 was doing there. But he is getting a nice shot into him from the Vickers. Let's see. I'm just going to have a quick check what the reward thing is. And I might just go and play for you guys anyhow. Just to fill the time. I can't promise to like be good at it. Because I mean, I am me. Oh! Oh, that poor grill. Oh, poor guy. Honestly. You know, so actually in half an hour you should have all the rewards. But yeah, I'll forgo my own rewards to stream for you guys and just play a bit or something. It might take a little bit of time to set up though. But I'll do that after this game. So let's see. Very cheekily played by Marcel. Marcel doing absolutely amazing here. Waffle coming for him. This is something. A lot of people forget to do that. They think, Waffle, I should HE that. But if you know that you can get a kill shot with normal AP or Premo, get it with that, because then you're much more assured of a actual hit and actually killing. He is still losing HP. Or he was, anyhow. There he goes. Team is actually very nicely here. Very lovely game so far. Very quick game as well. Oof, that is a very bad primal pen. Let's see. Cheeky shot there. I mean, his teammates are steadily coming. Nicely done. There we go. Spaghetti is going to gone. Clever not to ram him, because I mean it is a Vickers. I mean he's full health, but it's still a Vickers. It's a light. Let's see. Marcel finishing full health, maybe? Yes, he does. 5k damage, full health ending, quite a bit of assisted damage, I think. Nice little ace here. 1614 base XP. Yeah, 2.5k assisted damage, that is insane. So let's see, in half an hour everyone should have all the prizes, assuming that you started watching at the beginning. I'm going to play one more replay for you guys before I start playing. That's mainly because I do want a triple cert, to be fair. Not gonna lie. Let's see, what else have I got for you? This is gonna be interesting. I got this replay with the text that it's a 77% crew. And then the replay doesn't work, so that is useless. Can't really do much with that then. Okay. So then we have something. Oh yeah, well, I was gonna show you the other game that I had today. I mean, I'm not technically playing yet, but you're gonna see me play anyhow. This game, same tune as before. This was literally the game after the Leo game. And thank you, Blinden. Thank you. Nice you enjoyed it. But yeah, the enemy tune, P264, is an old clanmate of mine. We used to be in Phoenix together. As in not the Phoenix that is participating now, but like Phoenix that is now very that Phoenix. And I've known him for a very long time. So we greet each other, and I was like, I'm so going to get focused. And yeah. I'm driving the STB, which is like, when I first got my press account, which is not the account that you saw, it was a different press account, but yeah. The first thing I did was try all the high tier, all the tier 10 mediums. And this was because I didn't have any at the time. I had like maybe one heavy tier 10, and I had at the time all 4 TD lines. And so I tested all the tanks, and then I was like, oh my god, I want this tank so bad, and I just free XP'd the whole line. Because I drove this on the press account, did 6.7k damage, and aced it, straight game. First game I ever drove in this tank. Maybe the second or third game I ever drove in a tier 10 medium. So yeah, I really wanted the tank. Now in the meantime, blue steel has gone up, and because I have the gun depression, I decide to go here instead. But then the suit disappears, which is just nah. And I decide to, chancy though it may be, to cap the base. Because if you get away with it, it's worth it. and actually drive back too far and leave it. But I do avoid getting shot here. And then I decide to get it with the T-62A to go after the Sioux. And we are actually getting in each other's way, but I do kill him. And then I go back up again. So I want to shoot him, but I can't really see any part of him that I can shoot. Let's see. With the Jaeger arriving, I decide to go back to the spot that I was before. So that's a dangerous spot to have them in. I actually bounced that shot, which is quite lucky. But I have to be careful. They have a light behind us. So I have to be careful about that too. He shoots me, but I shoot back. But right now I'm in a pretty precarious position. The VK derps a shot on me, which is very lucky for me. And I decide that I don't want to be here. I'm leaving the Jaeger and Blue Steel to fend for themselves, knowing that I can't really do much there at the moment. And I can just basically help my teammate with this guy. And see if we can then take the light out or something. And just see if we can handle things together. So I just like ram him. It does do me more damage than him. But it saves me from having to use my shot. But now it's 4 versus 4. They're not looking too good. It's 4 versus 3. And it's taking me too long to get here. But I do get to kill Pete. And I decide to go after the E1 first, deciding that he's the biggest threat here. So we need to take him out first. My teammate is not with me though, and there's a full health VK there. So I have to be very careful. I want to use the gun depression, but my gun is not really working with me. But then I do get to kill him, and it's 2 versus 2. T-62A here though is way too forwards. And pays for it with his life. And at that point I'm like, yeah, I don't want to face them both together. So now this guy is not really too happy. But he was just too aggressive in the way that he played. We have Basie, so I don't need to cap that. But I do need to be careful. And I was hoping that I would be able to shoot him from here. Which is why I zoom in. But that's not the case. And the thing is that not long after that, we see that, come on, base A is being capped. So I figure that's either the 140 or the VK, but if I don't cap base C at this stage, I will not win this game. So I decide to just cap the base, take that risk, and then I have to decide which way to go. I kind of want to go into base B, but at the same time, they're probably expecting me to go there, or they're expecting me to go here. The thing is that I need to find that object 140 before I find the VK. And that's the tricky business here. Because if they are anyway a smart cookie, they will be sticking together. So I just go straight on in, even though I spot the VK, and the VK is coming over, and I need to be careful with that. I do bounce that, which is my saving grace here. And then I had actually hoped that I would be able to just circle him and get the damage in. So I have to be careful there. He misses me, which means that I can get another shot in. But the thing is that he's now hugging a building, which means that I can't circle him. And with the gun that he has, I don't want to risk it. So I decide to just be a little bit troll and just see what I can do with the bases. Because HP, I don't know what kind of caliber of player this is. HP wise, he has the advantage. I can take 1 shot from him, but not 2. So I have to be careful. And I need to put the pressure on. So I do that, and then I decide to take another risk, because he could be coming down the ramp there. And I decide to head towards base A instead. Because this is again one of those games. That is why I love Supremacy. You don't necessarily need to do all the damage and get all the kills in order to win the game. So with 3 bases, I start capping the 4th. And there's no way he can get to me in time. There's nothing he can do to keep me from winning. And the T62A is a very happy camper. But it was just a really funny game, and Blue Steel, together with the Yege, holding as long as they did, that basically saved the game because it let me run around. So yeah, that was just a really fun game, and in hindsight I could have probably taken the VK, but he had the advantage of having walls next to him and everything, so I wasn't gonna do that. So yeah, that is the last game that I'm showing you. We still have some time left. Yeah, this is funny. 3 invites. None of them are working. We're not getting an invite anymore because Legion unfortunately lost, and that meant that we got knocked out as well. So I'm just going to be grabbing my gear for you guys so that I can't play PC to save my life, so I kind of have to like hook up my iPad and see if I can stream through that. It would actually help if I have that gear here though. Thought for sure I had it with me, but I do not. Because without the cables it will be difficult to actually start streaming for you guys. So yeah, that is something that I can unfortunately do anything about. I will probably have that at home, and I'm not actually at home, so that means that you're going to be stuck seeing some more replays. Let's see, what else have I got for you? Hey Peter! I'm going to guess you got knocked out as well. There we go. Let's see, Spaghetti 46 game. One of my favorite tanks in the game ever. Absolutely love it. Looks great in a lot of camos as well. So let's see. I will look at the bracket later, see what's happened. But yeah, for now you just basically... Yeah, basically if you're going to be like that. There we go. The reasons that my moderators ask you to speak English in this on my chat is because they have to understand what you're saying. If you're not speaking a language that they understand, they have no idea what you're saying, and you can be as rude as you can be. So people ask you to speak English in my chat. So that is not being discriminating, that is basically just being logical. So let's see. He knows where there's a bunch of tanks, he can't really shoot them, and he has to be careful, especially if the Borsig that is behind there somewhere. No, you can't really shoot him. And that is useless. Don't. Oof. He is not happy. It's not just the language of the streamer, basically. Chat has to be moderated, so if you speak in a language that people don't speak, yeah, then it can't be moderated. There we go. This is another reason to love the spaghetti. Both spaghettis, to be fair, but still. This spaghetti especially. Because this spaghetti has the added advantage of just not being too serious. You don't really need to mind the game too much. Like in T10 it's all die hard. That is not the one you want. That was the one you wanted. Nice decap. But yeah, I'm glad that everyone understands it. Let's see. Other Spaghetti 46 not going to be long for this world now. There he goes. Nice high roll. Or at least nice max roll. Cheeky VK getting a shot in. And he's Not engaging the VKs per se. There we go. Oof. That VK just fired. And that one just bounced. There you go. Nice double tap. And he just has to be careful. See, this is what I mean. If you talk Russian like that, I have no idea what you're saying. So let's see. He's driving around. I do love this tank. Just the fact all the reloaders and I just get along really well. He's taking a long detour now. He could just, like, engage them. Maybe with his team. I think he's hoping to catch them off guard. Or alone, somehow. But that's not really going to be the case. Let's see. Now he's engaging them together with his teammate, who is gone very, very quickly. Let's see. He just has to be careful. If he can get the... Oof. There we go. It's 1v1. And he has to be careful not to get shot by the VK. Especially not in the bum. Make sure he's got a reload, a full reload, before going in. Let's see. Not sure what he's doing here though. Driving around obviously, but yeah. Maybe the VK will expect him to come out on the other side. He's still got time. He doesn't need to rush. He can just go to the place that he feels is best to engage him in. Or just go for a cheeky straight on brawl. There we go. One more reload should do it. Assuming he survives. Ooh! Cheeky. Battle around the plane. There you go. No idea how that pad because that was the weirdest shot on the move. But very nicely played. $5.2k damage, nearly 5.3 in tier 8. That is amazing. Oh hun, this is a press account. Someone just asked, how can you have the eraser when you are level 1 battle pass? Because this is a press account and all the new tanks basically get added to it. And it's basically to make videos and everything and to just show things off. Oh god, Wild is also out. Aw, only Vickers is left. Just going to quickly check something. Because the thing is, like, with the language things, I have one moderator that generally translates everything. And I'm always very grateful to him for doing that. But you can't really expect everyone to do that. I think he actually posted a poem. The Russian guy, I mean. But yeah. Vickers is following Loka, so as long as Loka is still there, then yes. That is being streamed. Ooh, Winch got a disconnect. Whoops got a disconnect as well, so there's more issues going on. That is not really a good thing. At least at this stage it's not that important because they all reached top 8. But still, later on it might make all the difference. Let's see, what else have I got for you? I just need to fill the time, really. Like I said, if you want to submit a replay for me to show on stream, it has to be an ace, it has to be tier 7 or higher. And I have a special channel on my Discord for it. Discord server link is in the video description. So make sure to join. Just know that I give out all the rules manually, so I have to wait until the end of the stream before you get any rules from me. Because I don't look at Discord while streaming. Let's see, what else have I got for you? I have no idea what this is. I actually hate that you can't, that you can no longer see what tank a replay is of. Standard B is going to be fun though. Let's see. Also, for those just joining in, I was following Legion, but Loka beat Legion, and that means I got knocked out as streamer. I'm feeling that I'm talking about the Legion when we see the donut, but that's a spring season reference that, that not everyone will be getting. If you want rewards, you have to watch through the portal. Make sure that you are logged in. He is not nice. And basically, I'm just filling the time with replays. And I'll make sure to have my gear with me next time, in case I need to fill some time if I get knocked out as streamer. I'll look at the brackets after this, see what's happened so far. Let's see, he's not really getting any shots here. That is a nice place for the E100 to stop. Oof, that last one though. Let's see. That's a juicy E100, but that is sad. He should have waited just a split second longer, then he would have had another shot. Let's see. How is playing on PC cheating? Playing on PC isn't cheating. Not aiming enough. Basically, he's playing very passively here. Let's see. Ooh, cheeky. He can potentially kill him off, but he doesn't. And he's going back up. Let's see. Ooh, that is a very bad decision from the shipborn. Absolutely adore this tank, by the way. It's an amazing tank. And there we go, nice teamwork. Let's see. There we go. Standard B is also one of my favorite tanks. I mean, I just love the whole auto reloading system. It suits me very well and it suits my playstyle very, very well. His toonmate is there as well. That is what he was waiting for. And there we go. And he just fired, and you don't need to. Oof, that was a cheeky shot. There we go. E100 arriving. They have to be careful. They're not too healthy. But they are together, so they can potentially throw him into focusing too much on one or the other. Let's see. Can they pull this off? I think they can. They have the base advantage, but yeah. Oh, he missed. Because that thing, you can hear the gun sounds. That is why it pays to play with sound. And he missed again. .100. RNG is not with him. I think he was too busy typing there, maybe. I'm not sure. $5k damage exactly. Peter, I understood that Rib is not streaming this week. He's got some personal issues to attend to. So I'm just hoping things are okay. But yeah, that's why he wasn't streaming. A very nice toon game, honestly. I do love it when you have a toon game where people just work together like that. I'm not playing now, Mohammed. That is everything to do with I can't play PC to save my life, so I don't want to do that to you. But I will see what I can do next stream. I might be able to hook up my iPad and just have fun with it then. Let's see, what else have I got for you? I got so many replays, honestly. I'm very curious about this one. The in-game name is creepy. Baby Creeper. The VK101P. I'm not really a fan of any of those VK tanks. I mean, you have the Moisten that looks similar like this. You have the 168 and you have another few. They all look alike. And they're just not... Ugh. Also, there's still a 5-minute delay on the stream, so anything that I say you hear like 5 minutes later. But let's see. Please, guys, English only, honestly. It's been explained why. So let's see. It looks ugly as well. I mean, for some reason, medium lines generally have the most gorgeous lines of all the tank lines. I am reading the comments, Mohammed, but there's a 5-minute delay, so it's not really like current when I respond to your... By the time you hear it, it's like way later. So let's see. And that was the Tiger 2 driving into the shot. Let's see. There we go. And now he's looking their way. I think he kind of wants to cap, but at the same time not expose himself too much. There you go. Pretty long reload for the amount of damage that it does per shot, actually. Let's see. And that's the end of him. He can potentially take out the Matera, maybe, with a bit of help. No, he's not going to be able to HE him. Let's see. There you go, team working together definitely helps. This is if you are moving down at a slope like that. You basically have much more chance of bouncing. There we go. 3 enemy players left. It's gonna take forever for them to get up there. And now it's 3-3. Points-wise, the enemy has the advantage, but they seem to have a bit of an HP advantage here. Let's see. They can't really go all the way around, so they're gonna have to protect base C. Maybe. At least that's what they seem to be doing. Let's see. No, they have to hold C more than anything. How do you bounce on the bum of an IS-6? Let's see. He is getting sandwiched, poor guy. There we go. Celestial next in line. There you go, Tiger 2 gone, only the Celestial left. They have 2 bases, but they're not really playing for points here. Because with only 1 tank left, they're not going to survive all that long. Overall, relatively nice game though. It is one of those tanks that I just... very low on my list of tanks to get, all those 3k tanks. There we go. It's not too much damage though, but he probably got a bunch of supremacy points because he's the one that got base C. So that's probably helped him a lot. 3k, 4 kills, 1231 basic speed, and 550 supremacy points. That definitely helps. So let's see. What else have I got for you? Let's see. You should, if you started watching from the beginning, you should have all rewards now. At least I do, and I started watching from the beginning. But let's see. I'll play another 2 replays for you guys before I call it a night. And here we have Mugu from Feast from the Asia server. Let's see. That camo does look fancy on that tank. There's actually something that I found that I like most legendary camouflages. There's a few that I don't like. I don't like the one of the E100. It's just meh. I also don't like the one on the STB. STB is one of my favorite tanks and I just really hate that it's got a camo that I find ugly. I think that's sad. He's not even fixing, he's just wiggling. Cheeky, but it works. Shooting here in the face, taking a little bit of HE damage there from the E100. If you want to submit a replay, I have a special channel for that for the autumn season. For replays to show on stream basically. Just join my Discord and post them there in the channel. And let's see. This is also one of those tanks. I did not get along with it for the longest time. Cheeky shot there. Lovely. He is being... This is a style of playing that suits me, to be honest. I like playing forwards and I like getting myself into a bit of a tricky position, to be honest, but it does work. And in this case... Oof, nice one. There we go. Just look at the way that he's like precariously balancing himself. And that's the end of the T-54. So let's see. Can he get that shot? Yeah, he can get another bounce. Well, actually, module damage, but like damage. So far, he's doing really, really well. He's also underestimating the reload time. Well, underestimating the reload of the FE. He's like ramping up the damage here. He's not taking too much risk. He's in a bit of a precarious position. But he's getting so many shots in. Honestly. And just another one. We are nearly at 6k damage now. He's just ramping it up. There we go. He does take a bit of damage there. Still hasn't fixed himself. That's gonna be the end of the grill. There we go. And the end of the chieftain. Now we only have the Jaeger left. He's not even carrying, whatchamacallit, 7.1k damage. He's not even carrying adrenaline. That's the word I was looking for. That's one way of doing it. Whoop whoop. Very nicely done. 7.5k damage. Just casual. Just like casual 7k. That's amazing. Just over 3.5 minutes long, that game. A little bit of assisted damage, but just overall very nicely played. Let's see. What else have I got for you? Look, I think the rewards were like made for just over 2 hours thereabouts. So I can show you another replay. And then we might call it a night. Maybe one more after that, but we'll see. Let's see. Hey Yusuf, welcome. Basically everyone welcome, of course. Thing is that with the 5-minute delay, saying hi is just a bit useless. But yeah. Let's see. Here we go. I'm driving in tune together like this. Funny thing is that the clan tag there, eten, is Dutch for to eat, but also Dutch for food. Well, they are being careful. Don't think they want to be there that much. Not doing too much either. There's a missile stuck in his head. Do you see that? I think they're hoping that their team will have shots. So far, no damage has been done anywhere. No, there we go. Damage has been done now. They're pushing. And getting in each other's way. And running. I mean, they're a very fast tank. He's not even aiming at this stage. Let's see. That is cheeky. Oof, there goes your teammate. That place though, that's a suspended. That was weird. That was also a cheeky shot. Let's see. I kind of need to get the base to get some advantage back though. Especially since they're losing on hit points and friends. And his team manages to run off. Oof, that's a big hit. But if you get behind a T-28 prototype, they can't actually turn the turret the full way. Which can be very helpful. And he's carrying very little Prebo. He does take a hit there. Oof, that is lucky. And there's another one. 2 left. Let's see. Oof, that is lucky. He kind of has to focus on the FE first. Oh. Oh no. Oh, he missed. There we go. Now he just has to be careful, very careful. He has the disadvantage when it comes to points though and bases, so he has to be very careful here. There we go. Let's see if we can pull this off. So right now he has the base disadvantage, he has a point disadvantage. But if he can get behind that Sue, which seems to be coming now. Beautifully done. Nice troll. Just don't drive too hard. You don't want to get stuck. You don't want to get rammed. There we go. Well done. Can't believe you pulled it off, to be honest. You were at a very big disadvantage here. Very well done, Neo. 4k damage. 1351 base XP. Very nice. Let's see. I'll show you one more. No idea what this is. Let's see. Ooh, a sand game. I've been grinding this lately. Like, I'm literally just researched the 402. It's just British tanks and I, we don't really get along. I mean, they're not bad tanks, they just don't fit my playstyle. So let's see. To be honest, I'm not sure if you would have been better off if I had been able to play. Oh my god, is he making it? Yeah, he is. Let's see. Wow. So many polite people in the game. Thing is that they have 5 fast tanks, and at least the enemy team has 5 fast tanks, and our team has 4. Which means that A, you would have been a disadvantage. Let's see, he's going straight on in, isn't he? But it might work. He just has to be careful not to push too far. Let's see. Oof, that hit the ground. Okay, before now pushing in, lightweight almost gone. Let's see. But this is mainly the thing. The tank is so paper. I mean, the gun is great and everything, but it just loses HP so fast. And he does not have the gun depression to do this. Not effectively. I mean, he's lucky that he didn't get shot there. Oof, nice fire. Always helpful. That's also helpful when they do that. So many happy people in this game, it's amazing. Honestly, don't get it. Why do you play the game if it makes you rage so much? It's a game. If you're not enjoying it, you're not doing it right. You're doing it wrong. So let's see. He could just grab base B, honestly. Because they're kind of at a disadvantage here, both in guns and tanks. Hey, Cyber! Oh, that's so weird though. Cyber, who just appeared in the chat, is a guy I know from a completely different game altogether. Oh, that's actually funny. But yeah, this is the other game that I play and obviously stream in and everything. And I was supposed to stream tournament games today, but the team that I was following unfortunately got knocked out early, so now there's only 2 people left. Oof. Lightweight is a very unhappy camper. There we go. He took the kill, but he lost the base. Oof, that is a big hit. In this case, he kind of just needs to go in, take him out. Which he does. And then he needs to grab the base. You kind of have no choice. You can take the tank. Oof. Now he can take the base because he knows where the material is, so that's a good thing. That is exactly what he's doing. Just don't play careful. Make sure you have the base first. And remember that it's an auto reloader. He will reload faster. Now he's just waiting to be unspotted. There we go. But yeah, right now I'm just showing some replays instead of tournament games. But there's nothing I can do about that. Wait him. Not too high. Oh no. There you go. Well done. 4.6k damage, 4 kills, and a bunch of supremacy points. Very nicely done. A 1468 basic speed. Definitely could score for this tier. Amazing. I like it. I like games like that. Cheeky. Like, not flawless games. You can still learn plenty from it. But yeah. Let's see. So yeah, if you started watching from the beginning, you should definitely have all your rewards now. I'm going to play one more replay, and that's more to make sure that everyone that started watching at the start of the tournament time also got all their rewards. Let's see. Here we go. Record 123. Driving one of my favorite tanks to 5A, and he is such a gent. He's one of the nicest people I've met in the game. So let's see. He doesn't have the legendary camo on it. This is one of those tanks, but I absolutely adore the legendary camo. It looks amazing. So let's see. It's more of a heavium than a heavy, this tank, and that makes it quite fun. For me at least. Heaviums and I get along so well. Just fits my playstyle very well. Let's see. Oof, nice assisted damage there. Oof. Base A has been capped though, so now he has to be careful because he could cap people on behind him. Let's see. Has to be careful of the campers behind there, potential campers that is. Oh, hello. It's the 5A. Oof. And that hit the snow. Base C is being stolen. Oof. He is not happy. There we go, that's one out. Point-wise, they're not at too big a disadvantage. Let's see. Yes, be careful. We know that there's more campers. There we go. There's 268. Not aimed enough. Some more assisted damage. There we go. This is one of the things. It packs quite a wallop. It doesn't have armor to deal with much, but it packs a wallop, and it's a fantastic thing. Absolutely love it. Let's see. Still 4 tanks left. We know where 2 of them are. Not sure where the rest are though. Nice little tracking shots. More assist damage that way. That's the 11114. Lots of ones. There we go. We don't know where the Death Star is. That's the tricky part. Let's see. No adrenaline. Oof! That poor guy got deleted. Oh. Kind of feel for the 11114. Because he's also not looking too healthy here. 704 moving in. Oof. They took him out together. And there we go. And now there's just the 704 left. Damage wise, he's not done too much, but oh my god, the assisted damage here. That is amazing. Nice little bounce here to boot. He's not going to be happy with that either. I mean, he's still full health. And he might actually finish that way. No, never mind, I jinxed it. Oh, that is awesome, Peter. So glad to hear that. I had one time flying tanks and everything, but then also OBS glitch, so it was everything together. Another ace, 4.1k damage, which for tier 10 isn't all that much, but then you look at this and you see 3.6 assisted damage. That is awesome. I love a game like that. That is basically what I love heavy so much, because you can play them like a heavy, you can play them like a medium. You can't quite get away with either or, but it works like a mixture of it, and it's just, I love that. So yeah, I do absolutely love that tank. I'm actually going to, I think I have it on here anyhow. I do not. Oh my god, that's one of the tanks missing from my press account. Well, I'll definitely be sure to tell Tony that. But yeah. For now, this is it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed it all. You should definitely have all the rewards if you started watching from the beginning and watched through the portal while you were logged in and everything. And I will be back on Sunday to stream the next second half of the tournament. Well, the second half of the second tournament in the week. I don't know. Anyway, the second part of the tournament that starts on Saturday, I will be streaming that on Sunday evening. Not sure yet who I will be streaming. I mean, I gave Wargaming a short list of preferences, and there's basically 3 teams to choose from for Wargaming there for me, and we already had Legion, my first favorite. So we'll see. Anyhow, I wish you all a very good night. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and stay safe, stay healthy, sleep well, and all of that. Have a good night. Bye bye.